Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Jamshed from second year from Mechatronics Engineering, second semester, Air University. Today we are here to learn about solar cells that are based on PN junctions. The topics that we'll discuss in today's lecture there are semiconductors. It's two types, N types and P types. Then there's junction, PN junction, and how a solar cell is made using this junction. First of all, semiconductors. Semiconductors materials having conductivity between conductors and non-conductors or insulators. Semiconductors can be pure elements such as silicon, germanium, or compounds such as gallium and arsenide. As the definition tells us that the conductivity is between insulators and conductors. It means that sometimes it behaves as conductors and sometimes it behaves as insulators. It depends on the conditions. There are two types of semiconductors, extrinsic semiconductors and intrinsic semiconductors. If the semiconductor is in pure form, such that silicon, it is called intrinsic semiconductor, and extrinsic semiconductor are made by using the process of doping. That we add any impurity to that semiconductor to make it extrinsic. We do this process to increase the quantity or concentration of holes or electrons. We will discuss it further. Then there are two types of extrinsic semiconductors. The one is N-type semiconductors and the second is P-type semiconductors. These both are extrinsic semiconductors. In N-type semiconductors, we dope it with any pentavalent impurity. Pentavalent impurity means that the impurity, such that let's take the example of phosphorus, that it has 5 valence electrons, and the silicon, the semiconductor, it has 4 valence electrons. When the bond is made, one free electron, we get one free electron, as you can see here. This electron, a free electron is gained. But in p-type semiconductors, the trivalent impurity is added. Trivalent impurity has the atoms such as boron, that they have 3 electrons in their valence shell. And one space or one free space has been made there, which we call it as hole, and we take it or assume it as a positive charge. Now let's move to PN junction. PN junction, as the name indicates, PN junction is made when P-type and N-type semiconductors are kept in contact with each other under high pressure. In the given diagram, you can see that the P-type material and N-type material are kept together. N-type has free electrons and P-type has empty holes. There's a small depletion region between them. Let's talk about that depletion region. Here you can see the symbol of PN junction. Depletion region. When a PN junction is made, few electrons from N-type diffuse automatically because to the P-type, because in the P-type on the P-type side there's deficiency of electrons, so electrons from N-type move towards the P-type. The energy level of the N-type semiconductors decreases, and a, a barrier is formed between them. The positive ions, the electrons, as I said before, the electrons move from positive side from N-type to P-type. The positive charge gets at the end of the N-type side as it is losing the electrons, and negative charge appears at the side of P-type as it is accepting the electrons. So there's some positive charges and negative charges which makes an electric field, and that electric field does not allow further electrons to move from N-type to P-type. This depletion region acts as a barrier. The depletion region from the center is electrically neutral as it does not contains any charge. Now let's talk about solar cell. Solar cell is also called photovoltaic cell, that is a device that converts energy of light into electrical energy through the photovoltaic effect. It is basically a functioning of a p-n junction. Now let's see that how a p-n junction can be used to convert the light energy into electrical energy. Yeah, as the solar panels are used in our homes and other, we have seen that in our daily life, that they take energy from the sun directly or from the light, and they supply us in the form of electricity. The construction of solar cell is that there's top layer and then there's a n region. In the as the I've told you about p injection, you can see here that there is n region upside and p region downside. The n region, you can see that n region is very thin and p region is very thick. This is due to get the maximum current. I will tell you it later. There's a depletion region between these both, because a depletion region is made when just after before the p and n type semiconductors comes into contact. The depletion region is made just after that. Now let's see how PN junction works in these solar circuits. When in the solar, when the light falls on the solar panel or on the above side, it falls on the n-type side, and then as it is very thin, it penetrates to the depletion region. But transferring the light has photons, which are also called the packets of energy. They transfer energy to the atoms, and electron and hole pairs are made. As you can see here in the diagram, at the center, the region that is red, this is the depletion region, and in the depletion region, electron and hole pairs are formed. When these electrons and hole pairs are formed, the electric field in that depletion region that was made before when the p injection is made, this electric field makes the electrons to move to the n-type side and holes to the p-type side. That this thing makes the concentration of electrons higher at n side and concentration of holes at the lower side. If we have a large concentration of electrons on one side and a large concentration of holes on the other side, if we connect them both, we can make a circuit. As we have a potential difference, that one is the higher potential as which is behaving as positive side, and the other is the lower potential that is behaving as the negative side. Now, if we attach any load there, the electrons will flow from the n-type side to the p-type, and filling that electron spaces, filling the holes there present there, and as the light is falling continuously, the process of the process of maintaining that potential difference will be continuous when the light is falling on the surface of the depletion region. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.